Hey, so thanks for joining me on the red couch. I thought I'd share with you a book that I just got the other day. It's called A Very Embarrassing Book of Dad Jokes, because your dad thinks he's hilarious. And it has this very funky, stylish 70s cover. And it comes with an interesting health warning in the introduction. It says, attempting to read more than 50 or 60 jokes as bad as these in one sitting could have serious long-term health consequences. For your own sake, stop reading after a dozen or so and go for a nice long walk. Mow the lawn, or sit down in front of the telly with a cold beer. You'll feel better, and so will the family. So I thought I'd go against all conventional wisdom and read you 50 dad jokes from here. So this is 50 Deadpan dad jokes. Why did the orange stop halfway up the hill? He ran out of juice. William Shakespeare went into a pub. The bellman took one look at him and said, "You're barred." First man. I once knew a man with a wooden leg called Smith. Second man. Really, what was the name of his other leg? What do you call a man with a seagull on his head? Cliff. What do you get when you run over a sparrow with a lawnmower? Shredded tweet. Patient. Doctor, I feel like a snooker ball. Doctor, get to the end of the queue. How do you get into a house with no doors and no windows? Keep running round it until you're all in. What do you call a man with a plank on his head? Edward. What's the difference between a jailer and a jeweler? One sells watches and the other watches sells. What's black and shoots out of the ground shouting knickers? Crude oil. Why shouldn't you play cards in the jungle? There are too many cheaters. A man went into a chip shop and asked for fish and chips twice. The man behind the counter said, "I heard you the first time." Two fish were swimming in a lake when one swam straight into a concrete wall. "Damn," he said. Polar bear cub. Dad, are you sure I'm a polar bear? Dad polar bear. Of course, son. I'm a polar bear. Your mum's a polar bear. All your family are polar bears. Why do you ask? Cub. Because I'm flipping freezing. What is an egg? An Eskimo house without a toilet. What do you get if you cross a kangaroo with an elephant? Great big holes all over Australia. What do you call a fish with no eyes? Fish. Diner. Waiter, these eggs are off. Waiter, don't blame me, sir, I only laid the table. What else has 20 legs and flies? 5 dead horses. Dad, when your granddad was in the army, he saved the whole regiment. Son, what did he do? Dad, he shot the cook. Dad, are you enjoying the donkey ride, son? Son, I can't work out how something stuffed full of hay can be so hard. The 3 bears returned from their morning walk. Someone's been eating my porridge, said Daddy Bear. Someone's been eating my porridge, said Mummy Bear. Never mind the porridge, said Baby Bear. Someone's pinched the Xbox. Diner. I'd like an elephant sandwich, please. Waiter. I'm sorry, sir. We've just run out of bread. 2 men were sitting at the end of a pier when one screamed and shouted, "A shark just bit off my leg." "Which one?" the other replies. "I don't know. All sharks look the same to me." What's the fastest thing in the river? A motorbike and sidecar. How many ears does Captain Kirk have? 3. A left ear, a right ear, and a final front ear. What's the difference between a torn flag and a bent sixpence? One's a tattered banner, and the other's a battered tanner. Passenger: why has the train stopped? Guard: we've hit a cow, ma'am. Passenger: oh dear, was it on the track? Guard: no, we had to chase it over a field. What is bought by the metre and worn by the foot? Carpet. Where did the hairdresser meet the snooker player? At a barbecue. Man at railway station: I'd like a return ticket, please. The cashier: certainly, sir, where to? Man: back here, of course. How do you burn an idiot on the ear? Ring him up while he's ironing. Why did the King of Norway wear purple braces? To keep his trousers up. The police arrested 2 men, one for drinking battery acid, one for eating fireworks. They charged one and let the other one off. Why was the useless goalkeeper called Dracula? Because he was afraid of crosses. Did you hear about the dentist who became his brain surgeon? His drill slipped. How did the baker get an electric shock? He stood on a bun and a current ran up his leg. Why did the man keep his budgie in a goldfish bowl? Because the water wouldn't stay in the cage. What's a bachelor? Someone who never misses anyone. Where do frogs get their eyes tested? At the optician. Why do birds fly south in the winter? Because it's too far to walk. Where does the Lone Ranger take his rubbish? To the dump, to the dump, to the dump, dump, dump. What happened to the snail who lost his shell? He became very sluggish. What's a snake's favourite opera? Rigoletto. What time was it when the flea and the fly passed each other? Fly passed flea. I was just passing a field and heard something go tick-tock, moo, bang. It was abominable. Diner: what on earth is this food? Waiter: it's bean soup, sir. Diner: I don't want to know what it's been, I want to know what it is now. Why did the farmer chase his cow across the bumpy field? So he could have a milkshake. What's black and white and very noisy? A zebra with a drum kit. Diner: waiter, what's this fly doing in my soup? Waiter: it looks like the backstroke, sir. And after all that, I think I'm going to have a cup of tea and a lie down.